Let me wait for some students. They are about to come. So I'm about to start the session, beta. So good evening to all of you. So we are heading towards the next phase. Aradhna and Vishna, are you listening me?
Yes, sir.
So in today's session, we are moving towards the next phase of the motion chapter, which is known as graphical representation. Graphical representation of motion. So I expect from all of you that you keep the online link with you that would be same throughout the academic session. ठीक है, अगर किसी कारण से आपको घर पर क्लास लेनी हुई तो आप इसी लिंक को सेव रखना, यही लिंक पूरा साल काम आएगा. देयर इज नो नीड टू चेंज द लिंक. So in the last class, in the last math class specifically, we have covered the coordinate geometry concept, isn't it? So we'll be using the same coordinate axis in order to understand in a deeper level the graphical representation of motion. So this is a pair of coordinate axes, right? I am right now concerned with the first quadrant only, in the first quadrant, right? So when we started the chapter, we came to know about uniform motion. What do you mean by uniform motion? An object is said to be acquired with uniform motion when it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. You have done the motion, certain part of the motion. I think you should understand around 60 to 70% of the session. There is nothing to worry about. So an object is said to be acquired with the uniform motion. It covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Let's consider that when the time is zero, when the time of consideration starts, which is considered to be zero, right? The distance covered is 0 meter. When the time happens to be 5 seconds, let the distance covered by the moving object is 10 meter. When the time happens to be 10 seconds, now the distance is 20 meter per second. 15 seconds, this is 30 meter per second. 20 seconds, it becomes 40 meter per second. And 25 seconds, it becomes 50 meter per second. So what we see that in the same span of time, the same amount of time, there are you in the class?
Yes, sir.
You are at home still. Why are you late?
सर वो लिंक जरा लेट आ गया शायद वो.
नहीं बेटा, सेम लिंक मैंने कई बार क्लास में बोला है, उसी लिंक को आप सेव करके रखो. खैर, प्लीज आप प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड. In the next 5 seconds, the distance is 40. Please change this one. This is 0 meter. This is 10 meter. This happens to be 20 meter. this is 30 meter, this is 40 meter, and this is 50 meter, right? Let's consider an object starts moving from rest when the time is equal to 0. The distance covered by it is 0, right? In a time of 5 seconds, the object covers a distance of 10 meter. And what we see that in the same amount of time, 5 second, 5 second, 5 second, 5 second, the distance covered by the moving object also the same, right? And the amount by which the distance increases, right, is the same or not? In the first 5 seconds, the distance was 10 meter. In the next 5 seconds, the distance becomes 20 meter, and hence the distance is increased by an amount of 10 meter. Again, the distance increased by an amount of 10 meter, 10 meter, 10 meter. Such kind of motion is said to be a uniform motion. An object is said to be acquired with uniform motion if it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. ये आपने पढ़ा है ना अभी? Now let's represent the entire data on the graph sheet by considering the first quadrant of the same. In the first quadrant, see this x-axis. Forget about the second, third, and the fourth quadrant. I'm concerned right now on the first quadrant itself. Right? This value is 5, this is 10, this is 15, this is 20, this is 25. Whatever be the nature of motion that we will analyze through the graph, x-axis always represents the time. X-axis always represents the time. So this is nothing but it represents time. May be in second, minute, hours, that's a different story. But time would always be on the x-axis. Is it clear? The positive part of the y-axis may represent the distance or velocity. It may represent the distance, displacement, or velocity. But here in this case, when we are analyzing the uniform motion, let's consider that this value, this value, this value, this is considered to be 10, 20, 30, 40. So that means this time, let us consider the time axis is represented in for second, and y represents the distance. It represents the distance, right, in meters. Agreed. अब आप यहाँ scale लेंगे. Let's consider that 1 centimeter on x-axis corresponds to 5 seconds, and 1 centimeter on y-axis corresponds to 10 meters. Right? Now, in the first 5 seconds, when the time was 0, the distance covered was also 0, right? That means the object starts moving from rest, and the time of consideration, the time, right, through which you start noticing the entire motion, right? T is equal to 0, distance covered is also 0. When the time happens to be 5 seconds, the distance already covered is 10, right? So this is the coordinate that represents what? This coordinate, the value of this coordinate represents that once the object starts moving, so in a time of 5 seconds, the distance covered by it is 10 meter, right? So symbolically represented as 5 comma 10. Bolo, it should be represented as 5 comma 10 or not? ठीक है ना? Where 5 represents the abscissa value of x and 10 represents the ordinate value for y. आसान है, कोई कॉपी कुछ नहीं करेगा, सारा फोकस यहाँ होना चाहिए. Next, in the next 5 seconds, the distance covered is 20. So should I write it as 10 comma 20? Now in the next 15, it is 30, next 40. So what we see that when we join all these points, it creates a straight line. See, I am doing with the help of an electronic pen, so there is every possibility of certain error to it. But practically, when you join all these points, right? So the joining of all these points is nothing but it provides the culture, it provides the information, it provides the graphical information about the nature of motion considered to be uniform motion. That this straight line represents what? Uniform motion. Is it clear to you? Now we'll do another important case. Let us consider that the another object starts moving from rest when t is equal to 0. The distance covered by it is also 0. In the first 5 seconds, the distance covered by the object is 10 meter again. It is considered to be not 10 meter. Let me take some other value. In the first 5 seconds, let the distance covered by the object. यहीं बना दूं बेटा, क्लियर? ये कोऑर्डिनेट को आपको एग्जाम के अंदर रिप्रेजेंट करना जरूरी नहीं है. इट इज रिलेटेड टू द मैथ्स, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली आपको समझ आ गया ना. So in the first 5 seconds, let us consider the object has covered 15 meter. So this is 15, right? So this value is 5 comma 15. In the next 5 seconds, let the distance covered by the moving object is 25. So in that case, the object comes out to be, when the next one is 25, this is what? 25. In the next 5 seconds, let's consider that the object has covered a total distance of 40 meter. A total distance of 40 meter, right? And let's consider, if I extend this to 50, this happens to be the value 50 beta g, or this is, let us consider to be 60. In the next 5 seconds, let the object has covered a total distance of 100. A total distance of 60, not 100, sorry. So in the first 5 seconds, the distance covered was what? 15 meter, nahi? This point, 5 comma 15. In the next 5 seconds, that means in a total span of 10 seconds, the distance covered was what? 25 meter. Right? Then in the next 5 seconds, the total distance covered was, in 15 seconds, the total distance was 14 meter. And the last 20 seconds, in a total of 20 seconds, in fact, the last 5 seconds, the total distance covered to be 60 meter. Right? So what we see that in the 0, when the time was 0 second, the distance covered was 0. Bolo, clear? So in the first 5 seconds, distance covered was what? 15 meter. In the next 5 seconds, distance covered was what? In the next 5 seconds, the distance covered was what? 15 meter or not? And in the last, and if we consider this one, in the last 5 seconds, the distance covered comes out to be 20 meters or not? So what we see that when an object, right, covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, 5 second, 5 second, 5 second, 5 second, the object is said to be acquired with non-uniform motion. You should create another graph for non-uniform motion, right? As we are very much clear with the coordinate geometry, so I would like to represent the uniform motion and non-uniform motion simultaneously on the same graph. Have you understood it? In the first 5 seconds, the distance covered was 15 meters. Right? In the next 5 seconds, and hence a total of 10 seconds, the distance covered comes out to be 25. That means the distance is now increased by an amount less than the previous amount. पिछली बार कितना था? 15 मीटर. अब कितना इंक्रीज होकर हुआ? 25 हुआ, लेकिन कितना इंक्रीज हुआ? 10 मीटर. Then the next subsequent 5 seconds, unequal distances are covered in the same amount of time. Such kind of motion is regarded to be non-uniform motion. And in the case of non-uniform motion, suppose I join that, am I getting a straight line? Is it a straight line? So this is known as what? If the line is not a straight one, then it represents non-uniform motion. So the graphical representation of motion starts with what? Uniform motion and non-uniform motion, uniform and non-uniform motion both uses coordinate axis, right? Both uses coordinate axis. Then if it happens to be a straight line joining all the coordinates, then it represents what? If this is distance, ये अगर distance है, if this happens to be distance, this is time. A straight line always represents uniform motion, right? And suppose if we have such kind of structure like this, then it represents, अन्वेषणा clear beta? Non-uniform motion. अन्वेषणा आराधना clear है बेटा?
Yes, sir.
धैर्य?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Got it? So as far as uniform motion and non-uniform motion, always you need to understand that x represents time, x-axis represents time, and y-axis represents distance or displacement. क्या represent करता है बेटा वो? Distance and displacement. In the school examination, they may give you this graph. This is 0, this is time, right? This is distance or displacement, y-axis, x-axis, y-axis, x-axis, this is the time. If you have the straight line, uniform motion, if you have such kind of structure or such kind of structure or such kind of structure, uniform and non-uniform motion. I have repeated 3 times. मैंने इसे 3 बार रिपीट किया है. क्या ये क्लियर है? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
That's something great. Please copy the pair of graphs. अभी कॉपी करो इसे. I hope आप सभी को समझ आ रहा है. The students who are online right now, if you feel any doubt, do ask me बेटा. Should I proceed? आगे चलूं मैं बेटा? Clear? Do it fast. आराधना, अन्वेषणा, धैर्य, सबको क्लियर है ना बेटे?
Yes, sir.
This is y-axis, this is x-axis. Now it's an interesting case now. The x-axis represents the time, maybe in seconds or hours. And this is displacement now. Displacement. Whether you are talking about distance or displacement in both the cases, the SI unit would remain be the meter, kilometer, centimeter, etc. ठीक है ना? अब मैं आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा ना. I would like to ask a question. Suppose I am having a line drawn from one of the ordinate point of the y-axis parallel to the x-axis, Girisha, can you tell me what kind of nature of motion it represents? What kind of nature of motion it represents? Try करो बेटा, कोई बात नहीं, गलत भी है तो भी कोई मायने नहीं रखता. This is 0, this is 5 seconds, this is 10 seconds, this is 15 seconds, this is 20 seconds. This happens to be 10 meter, this is 20 meter, this is 30 meter. Excellent answer. It is at rest. Very good. See, सबको clear है ना? It is at rest. So whensoever you see a line in the distance time graph parallel to, once you see a line in the distance time graph parallel to the x-axis, right? Then in that case, it always represents the rest position. So third graph ये create करो. This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. Create it. चले आगे. सो अभी तक हमने किस ग्राफ को डिस्कस किया है? कैन यू टेल मी what kind of nature of motion we discussed? Uniform motion, non-uniform? Isn't it the uniform motion should also be regarded as uniform speed? There is no difference between uniform motion and uniform speed. An object is said to be acquired with uniform speed if it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Non-uniform speed, if an object is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time. When in that case, the object is said to be acquired with non-uniform speed as well. Is it clear? And when would be the condition graphically that states that the object is at rest is basically a line drawn from the y-axis parallel to the x-axis. ये एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आते हैं. आपको सबको क्लियर हो गया? नेक्स्ट इज एक्सेलरेशन. ठीक, छोड़ दे. नेक्स्ट इज, थैंक यू भाई, एक्सेलरेशन. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय एक्सेलरेशन? कौन बताएगा? Increase in speed is not the correct answer. I need the precise definition. What is acceleration? An object is said to be acquired with acceleration if its velocity changes with respect to time. ये तो मतलब है. What do you mean by acceleration? ये है. An object is said to be acquired with acceleration if it increases or decreases its speed with respect to time. If it happens to be increased, then in that case it is said to be positive acceleration. But when the speed decreases with respect to time, it is considered to be retardation. Acceleration with a negative sign should be known as retardation. ये बात तो क्लियर है ना? लेकिन डेफिनेशन क्या होगी? Acceleration of a body is defined as the ratio of the change in the speed to the time taken. Or acceleration of a body is defined as the change in the velocity of the body per unit time. Is it clear? ये नॉर्मल डेफिनेशन जो 9th में देंगे आप, लेकिन जब आप 11th क्लास में आएंगे, you will say the acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity. अब इस सेंटेंस का क्या मतलब है? रेट का मतलब क्या है? आई एम कंसर्न अबाउट टाइम. रेट ऑफ, दिस रेट ऑफ मतलब टाइम कहाँ आएगा? डिनोमिनेटर में आएगा, राइट? सो टाइम डिफरेंस विल कम इन द denominator, rate of comes in the denominator, change in velocity comes in the numerator. V represents the final speed and U represents the initial speed. चलें आगे, right? Now we need to represent acceleration of a body graphically, right? So in that case, let's consider an object. It starts moving from rest when the time is equal to 0 second, the time at which you start noticing its motion, or the time of reference भी कहते हैं हम इसे, right? So time of reference is the time at which the motion of the moving object is supposed to be analyzed. Is it clear? So speed of the object, velocity of the object is 0. Let's consider an object starts moving from rest. So obviously its velocity would be 0, time period is also 0. So now in a time span of 5 seconds, the speed becomes 10 meter per second. In 10 seconds, the speed becomes 20 meter per second, right? And then in that case, 15 seconds, the speed becomes 30 meter per second. In 20 seconds, speed or velocity becomes 40 meter per second. And in 25 seconds, it becomes 50 meter per second. So what kind of acceleration is this? Uniform acceleration. So what we see that in the same amount of time, in the same amount of time difference, the velocity increases, but increases by same amount. Here, the increase in velocity takes place by an amount of 10 meter per second. Here also by an amount of 10 meter per second. Here also 10 meter per second, and here also 10 meter per second, and here also 10 meter per second. So an object is said to be acquired with uniform acceleration if its velocity increases by equal amount in equal interval of time. In equal interval of time. Is it clear? I hope this is very much clear to Anveshna and Dharya and Akansha.
Yes, sir. Clear.
चले आगे बेटा. आराधना क्लियर है ना बेटे? Please tell me, Aradhana, is it clear to you? That's great. Can I represent the first quadrant in this way only? I have taken 1/4 of the coordinate axis. That's the first quadrant itself. Because there's no use of the second, third, and the fourth as far as the analysis of motion is concerned. Right? So this is what? Again, 0. This happens to be 5 second. This is 10 second. This is 15 second. This is 20 second, 25 second. And this is 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 30 meter per second, 40 meter per second, and 50 meter per second. So what's the difference between this nature and the previous one? Over there, we were concerned about distance time graph. यहाँ हमने किसके बारे में डिस्कस किया था? Distance time graph. Distance is symbolically represented by s or not? ये बताया था हमने. तो st का मतलब क्या हुआ? Distance time or displacement time graph. Right? So when we were dealing with the uniform or non-uniform motion, then the graph is basically the analysis of displacement time graph. But here, now we are concerned about the acceleration, which is basically the information about the variation in velocity with respect to time, and hence the y-axis should represent the velocity. क्या represent करना चाहिए इसे? Velocity. Let's consider meter per second. Right? So here, let's consider that object starts moving from rest. When t is 0, the velocity attained by it is also 0. क्या कहा है मैंने? Let us consider the object starts moving from rest. That means the time of reference is 0. Speed of the object is also 0. Same sentence you will use in the 11th class if you opt for the science. Right? Same chapter you will start studying as far the 11th class is concerned. Right from this scratch only, but in the more deeper level. Right? So in the first 5 seconds, the speed becomes or the velocity becomes 10 meter. In the next 5 seconds, let it becomes 20. In the next one, it becomes 30, 40, 50, 60, so on and so forth. So what we see that when we join these points always creates a straight line. These points always creates a straight line. Is it clear? ये points क्या clear? क्या हमें देंगे बेटा? These points always creates straight line. Is it clear? So in velocity time graph, अब हम क्या कहेंगे इसे? VT graph. Right? If it happens to be a straight line passing through the origin, right, make certain acute angle with respect to the x-axis, then such kind of motion should be regarded as uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration is the one in which the velocity of the moving object increases by equal amount in equal interval of time. मैंने कई बार रिपीट किया ऐसे. क्या ये बात क्लियर है? आई होप समझ में आ गया बेटा. Any doubt to anybody online right now? Please tell me.
No, sir.
This is about the uniform acceleration. Now, let us consider. इसी में बना दूं बेटा? नहीं, थोड़ा अलग लेते हैं उसे, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा टिपिकल केस है. This is 0. This is 5 second, 10 second, 15 second, 20 second, 25 second, 30 second on the x-axis. This is time. And here it represents the speed. This is 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter per second, 40 meter per second, 50 and 60. Velocity in meter per second. Let's consider again an object starts moving from rest, right? Attains a speed of 10 meter per second in a time span of 5 seconds, right? In a total of 10 seconds, let the speed becomes 30 meter per second. In a total of 15 seconds, let the speed becomes 50 meter per second, right? In a total of 20 seconds, let the speed becomes 70 meter per second. This is 70, right? Is it possible to get a straight line? Please tell me, is it possible to get a straight line after joining these points? Actually, I'm getting a curvical line.
Sir.
Right? This curvical line represents what? Non यूनिफॉर्म
Non-uniform motion.
नो, ये नॉन यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन, नॉट मोशन। बेटा क्या कह रहे हो तुम? वी आर कंसर्न
Sorry, sir.
वेलोसिटी टाइम, इट रिप्रेजेंट्स द non-uniform acceleration. An object is said to be acquired with, acquired मतलब होना, an object is said to be acquired with non-uniform acceleration if its velocity increases by unequal amount. In the first 5 seconds, the speed increases by an amount of 10 meter per second. In the next 5 seconds, the speed increases by an amount of 20 meter per second. In the next 5 seconds, the speed increases again by an amount of 20 meter per second. But in the next, it becomes right from 50 to 70, again 20 meter per second. So what we see that is there is a consistency. Is there is a same consistency as far the values are concerned, right? I hope this is clear to everybody. Anveshna, Aradhna, please tell me
Yes,
fast. Clear है ना? कोई डाउट तो नहीं है बेटा? आप सबको क्लियर है? आराधना बेटा बताओ, इज इट क्लियर और शुड आई प्रोसीड? So such kind of motion is regarded to be non-uniform acceleration. This is uniform acceleration, right? अब हम एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट डिस्कशन करेंगे. प्लीज टेल मी एनी डाउट टू इट. दिस इज यूनिफॉर्म acceleration, non-uniform acceleration. So right now we are dealing with what kind of graph? VT graph, velocity time graph, right? The next is this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is time. Now let's consider the time. This is 10 seconds, this is 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. And this is 20 meter per second, 40 meter per second, 60 meter per second, 80 meter per second, 100 meter per second. Here 1 centimeter on the y-axis, 1 centimeter amounts to 20 meter per second, and on an x-axis 1 centimeter amounts to 10 सेकंड. ये क्लियर हो गया ना? स्केल क्लियर है? स्केल आपको इस तरीके से एज्यूम करना है. एक्स एक्सिस पे बेटा जी आपने स्केल क्या लिया? 1 सेंटीमीटर कॉरस्पॉन्ड्स टू 10 सेकंड, और वाई एक्सिस पर 1 सेंटीमीटर कॉरस्पॉन्ड्स टू 20 meter per second. Right? Now suppose I create a straight line. What kind of nature of motion? It is uniform acceleration. Very good. So this value, let's consider this value, this value, this value, this value. Right? Let's this corresponds to 20. As I am using the electronic pen, so there is some deviation in the values. I am going to make it perfect. This is 20, let this is 40, right? Better let it be 60, let it be 80, let it be 100. This is velocity in meter per second, right? Uniform acceleration. Agreed? Now my question is to you. Can you tell me what is the formula of finding out the acceleration mathematically, analytically? What is the formula? Excellent. Acceleration is what? V minus U divided by T. This is known as analytical formula. और मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन से हम जिससे आंसर निकालते हैं, इज अ वे टू कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्सेलेरेशन. बट नाउ माई क्वेश्चन इज, ध्यान से सुनना, माई क्वेश्चन इज टू फाइंड आउट द एक्सेलेरेशन ग्राफिकली. अब मुझे एक्सेलेरेशन कैसे निकालना है? मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट अब से शुरू होने जा रहा है. हाउ टू फाइंड आउट एक्सेलरेशन ग्राफिकली. अगर हमें इसे समझना है तो व्हाट आई शुड डू? Let us consider an angle 30 degree, for example. You know better about the 30 degree, right? Let this value is 0, or for example, let this value considered to be 50 meter per second, right? I am taking a part of this graph. Here, speed is what? 0 meter per second, time is also 0. Now, I am interested to find out the acceleration of this graph, which is basically, this graph is basically a part of this graph. इतना तो clear है ना, for example. अब यहाँ मैं 50 की जगह 60 ले लेता हूँ, because ग्राफ के अंदर हमने वैल्यूज इवन ली हैं, नहीं 20, 40, 60, 80. So let us consider I have taken a part of it. If we need to find out acceleration graphically, so acceleration, the value of acceleration graphically is the slope of acceleration is the slope of line under consideration. Now, what do you mean by slope? The slope can easily be available by creating a triangle. For example, आसान कर रहा हूँ, by creating a triangle. Can I create a triangle with the help of these two rays? This is the initial ray, this is the terminal ray. If I draw a perpendicular over here, isn't it I have this triangle? This is acting as a triangle or not? This portion, right? The slope of triangle, let it be A, let it be B. So I am having a right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, this is perpendicular. This happens to be base. So slope of the line, in order to find out acceleration, right? For the line under consideration, the line under consideration is 0 meter per second to 50 meter per second. Sorry, 0 meter per second to 60 meter per second. यानी कि I have taken this part of the main graph. Actually graph कहाँ तक extend हो रहा है? It goes to 100. But I have taken from 0 to 60 only, right? The slope of the line under consideration is always be equal to the ratio of perpendicular to the base. Ratio of the perpendicular to the base. So what is the value of this AB? देखो ये ग्राफ था ना यहाँ. This was 0, this was 20, this was 40, this is 60. Isn't it this AB, which is 60, is equal to this? This is 60, which is equal to this, right or not? Being the opposite side of the rectangle equal to one another. ठीक है ना? तो परपेंडिकुलर लेंथ क्या होगा बेटा? AB. और बेस की लेंथ क्या होगी बेटा? OA. What is the length AB corresponds to? AB corresponds to, अगर मैं सपोज इस वैल्यू को C कह दूं, isn't it? AB is equal to OC. कंस्ट्रक्शन किया मैंने, इसको ज्वाइन किया. AB is equal to OC. Right? And OA remains be OA. What is the length of OC? 60. What is the length OA? 60 case में it was 30. This value is 30. That means 30 seconds. तो कितना हो गया total time span? 30 seconds. So 60 upon 30. So answer acceleration comes out to be equal with what? तो वैल्यू क्या आ गई हमारे पास? 2 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर. इतना क्लियर हुआ आपको? If I am interested to find out the acceleration graphically for the line under consideration, I will create that line with the use of base in the form of a triangle. क्या करूंगा मैं उसे, उस लाइन को in the form of a triangle मैं उसे consider करूंगा. Then I will find out the acceleration, and acceleration by using the concept of slope of this line, the slope of this line is the ratio of perpendicular upon base, right? And बेटा स्लोप को हम एंगल से भी रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. अगर एंगल कितना है 30 डिग्री, तो tan 30 डिग्री इज रिटर्न एज P by B. तो मैंने एंगल को क्या आगे क्या लिखा हुआ है? टेंजेंट की शॉर्ट फॉर्म होती है tan, TAN. दिस इज अ ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिकल रेशियो, and you will study about trigonometry right from your 10th class. That is why acceleration तो हम सीधा निकाल सकते थे by using the angle tan theta. tan 30 डिग्री से भी निकाल सकते थे. लेकिन as you are not aware about the trigonometrical concept, So what exactly I want to say, acceleration can be estimated either by using perpendicular upon base or by using the concept of tan theta, tan angle. अगर यहाँ 40 डिग्री 45 डिग्री होता तो हम क्या लिखते हैं इस केस में, tan 45 डिग्री is P by B. But forget about tan 30, tan 45. Just remember, acceleration can be evaluated graphically by finding out the slope of the line under consideration. मुझे एक्सेलरेशन कहां तक निकालना था, आई वॉज इंटरेस्टेड टू फाइंड आउट द एक्सेलरेशन व्हेन द वेलोसिटी ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट वाज 60 मीटर पर सेकंड. तो व्हाट आई विल डू, आई होप इतना क्लियर है, पहले तो सबको ये बताओ. देन इन दैट केस आई विल क्रिएट दैट पर्टिकुलर लाइन as a part of the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle, as a part of the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle, and then using the concept of perpendicular upon base, right, I can easily find out the acceleration. तो एक्सेलरेशन का फॉर्मूला क्या आएगा, ए बी बाई ओ ए, ए बी बाई ओ ए. इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीबडी? प्लीज टेल मी. धैर्य समझ में आया? अन्वेषणा, आराधना, प्लीज टेल मी.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ बेटे, एक बात याद रखना, अगर न्यूमेरिकल्स आपसे नहीं हो रहे तो उसका कारण ये है कि आपके कॉन्सेप्ट में कहीं ना कहीं कमी रही है. Soon I will provide you all the classes through which you understand the concept, and then I am very much sure you will be able to find out the answer for various numericals very easily. I hope इतना क्लियर है बेटा. तो एक्सेलरेशन की वैल्यू कितनी आई, 2 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर. सबसे टिपिकल पार्ट कर रहे हैं हम इस समय. If you be able to understand how to find out acceleration graphically, that means the entire concept behind the graphical representation is in your hands. अभी मैं इस ग्राफ के थ्रू बहुत सारा एस्पेक्ट आपको क्लियर करने जा रहा हूं. आराधना क्लियर है बेटे? जल्दी बताओ.
Yes, sir.
दैट्स ग्रेट. कोई डाउट हो तो बेटा हिचकना मत, प्लीज डू आस्क मी. राइट, प्लीज इस ग्राफ को सभी कॉपी करें, इस वाले ग्राफ. करा कॉपी आपने? अब देखो इसी ग्राफ के अंदर मैं कई क्वेश्चंस क्रिएट कर रहा हूं यहाँ. नाउ बी सिंसियर, स्टॉप राइटिंग. क्वेश्चन है, फाइंड आउट द एक्सेलरेशन ऑफ द बॉडी when the find the acceleration of the body when the velocity of the body, right, is 40 meter per second. What I said, the velocity of the body is, find out the acceleration of the body graphically. Find out the acceleration of the body graphically when the speed or the velocity of the moving object is 40 meter per second. Right, कुछ भी कॉपी नहीं करेंगे. 40 मीटर बोला ना मैंने, तो what, which part of the graph should I use? I should use this part of the graph or not? 40, right? Only this much. Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
And then I will do a construction. I will convert this part as a part of the hypotenuse, फिर right angle triangle. ये construction मैंने किया है यहाँ देख. And construction should always be done with the help of a dotted line. किसके through? Dotted line के through. Now I got a right angle triangle. In fact, I have not even got a right angle triangle. I received a rectangle. Rectangle है ना? Right? This maybe length or breadth can be considered as 20. This is 40. If this is length 40, this is breadth 20. Right? Rectangle बन गया या नहीं बेटा? Please tell me. So your job is, please listen it very, very sincerely. that when I am considering the acceleration at a speed of 40 meter per second, I will just mention that part of the graph as the main graph, and then convert that graph in the form of a right angle triangle, right? So this portion is nothing but it represents the hypotenuse, right? So this is the perpendicular. This is basically, so can I name this as A? This is B. This is O. Then in the right angle triangle ABO, acceleration can be evaluated by taking the slope of line OA. अंडर कंसिडरेशन लिखना ही नहीं, अब क्या लिख देंगे? स्लोप ऑफ लाइन OA. तो स्लोप ऑफ द लाइन OA क्या होना चाहिए? इट इज इक्वल टू AB डिवाइडेड बाई OB. व्हाट इज AB? अगर भाई मैं इस पॉइंट को A डैश कह दूं तो दिस इज व्हाट ए बी इज रिप्लेस्ड एज, ए बी को पहले आप रिप्लेस करो, ये एक तरीके का रेक्टेंगल है और हमें मालूम है अपोजिट साइड ऑफ द रेक्टेंगल आर इक्वल, राइट? सो दिस ए बी कैन बी रिप्लेस एज ओ ए डैश डिवाइडेड बाई ओ बी. दिस ओ ए डैश हैपन्स टू बी व्हाट 40, ओ बी हैपन्स टू बी व्हाट 20. कैंसिल हो गया ना? तो वैल्यू ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन, राइट, कितनी आ गई बेटा? 2 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. इज इट क्लियर? अगर हम मैथमेटिकली कैलकुलेट करें मैथमेटिकली तो हम क्या करेंगे? एक्सेलरेशन इज इक्वल टू v माइनस यू डिवाइड बाई टी. भाई v कितना है 40, u कितना है 0, राइट? टाइम कितना है 20. आ गया ना वही वैल्यू 2 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर. So this is the mathematical way to find the acceleration. This is the graphical way to find out the acceleration. Right? Now I am interested to know, ध्यान से सुनना जब मैं बोल रहा हूँ, I am interested to know the value of acceleration in a time span from 60 to 100 seconds. I am interested to find out acceleration graphically in a time span from 60 second to 100 second. 60 second to 100 second. तो अब मुझे which part of the graph should I consider? Anveshna, which part of the graph should I consider? I'm interested to find out. I'm interested to find out the acceleration in a time interval with a starting time of 60 seconds and the ending time of 100 seconds. चलो वो थोड़ा ग्राफ ज्यादा बड़ा हो जाता है, मैं एक काम करता हूँ आसान कर देता हूँ आपके लिए, क्योंकि एक्सेलरेशन हमारा यूनिफॉर्म है ना, तो ये क्वेश्चन थोड़ा 11th क्लास का क्वेश्चन बन जाता है. चलो इजी क्वेश्चन कर देता हूँ. व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ द एक्सेलरेशन when the time in a time interval of or in a time interval in between 30 seconds to 50 seconds, 30 second to 50 seconds, which, देखो अब मैंने क्या कहा है, what is the value of acceleration that you need to find out graphically in a time span that starts from 30 second to 50 second, 30 second to 50 second, right? इस क्वेश्चन को मैं ऐसे भी कह सकता हूँ, what is the value of acceleration, right, when the speed of the body changes from 60 meter per second to 100 meter per second. लिखो इस क्वेश्चन को, please write the question. Everybody do write the question. What is the value of acceleration graphically? What is the value of acceleration graphically in a time span from 30 seconds, in a time span from 30 seconds to 50 seconds, in a time span from 30 seconds to 50 seconds, right? And दूसरा पार्ट लिखो इसके अंदर, what is the value of acceleration, इसी क्वेश्चन का सेकंड पार्ट, what is the value of acceleration graphically when the velocity changes from 60 meter per second to 100 meter per second. When the velocity changes from 60 meter per second to 100 meter per second. चले आगे बेटा, 60 मीटर पर सेकंड टू 100 मीटर पर सेकंड. अब फर्स्ट पार्ट है, फर्स्ट पार्ट था व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन इन ए टाइम स्पैन फ्रॉम 30 सेकंड टू 50 सेकंड. तो 30 ये रहा ना बेटा, 50 इज दिस. सो इन द टाइम स्पैन 30 स्पीड कितना था 60, 50 स्पीड कितनी है बेटा 80, 30 दिस स्पीड कितनी है यहाँ पर 30 है, कितना बताओ. दिस इज 30, 10, ठीक है बेटा. 20 पे ये आ रहा हमारा, 30 के ऊपर वैल्यू 60 है, 40 पे 80 है, 50 पे 100 है, राइट. सो व्हेन द टाइम कंसिडरेशन वाज 30 सेकंड सॉरी, तो स्पीड वाज 60 मीटर पर सेकंड. बट व्हेन द टाइम फाइनल टाइम वाज 50 सेकंड, तो स्पीड कितना था बेटा 100. यही है ना. Yes, of course. Is it clear? Then I need to consider which part of the graph. Which part of the graph, please tell me. Isn't it in between 60 to 100? This part of the graph or not? This is 30, this is 50.
80.
Is it clear? Then this is 30, this is 50. So I need to convert this straight line in the form of a triangle. Bolo? Agreed? So this is 60, this was 100. Then suppose I named it as P, Q and R. So in triangle PQR, right? So acceleration is the slope of PR. Acceleration is the slope of and hence acceleration is equal to what? Slope क्या होगा बेटा? RQ divided by PQ. What is RQ? R की वैल्यू कितना है बेटा 100. Is it clear? And Q की वैल्यू कितनी है बेटा 60. P की वैल्यू कितनी है 30 और Q पे क्या है बेटा 50. 50 minus 30, तो acceleration again comes out to be 40 by 20. It comes out to be 22 meter per second square. बेटा सबको क्लियर है? सभी
Yes, sir.
सभी अपने प्रेजेंस दिखाओ, क्या सबको समझ आया? अन्वेषण आराधना, प्लीज टेल मी, इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ग्रेट. अच्छा, मेरा दूसरा पार्ट क्या था बेटा क्वेश्चन का? व्हाट वाज द न्यू पार्ट एज फार द सेम क्वेश्चन इज कंसर्न्ड? व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन व्हेन द वेलोसिटी चेंजेस फ्रॉम 60 टू 100? अरे वही रहा या नहीं, 60 टू 100, सेम ग्राफ, right or not? So that means this is this, this and this, right? So this particular portion, the value of the slope of this graph, represents the value of acceleration graphically. समझ आ गया बेटा? So whensoever we will be interested to find out the acceleration graphically, then in that case the formula says that acceleration of a moving object is always be equal to the slope of the line under consideration, right? The slope of the line under consideration will create a right angle triangle, right? And the ratio of its perpendicular to the base will provide me the value of acceleration. As simple as that. समझ आ गया ना? As the nature of the graph over here is uniform acceleration, as the nature of the graph is uniform acceleration. So in that case, the value of every acceleration comes out to be unique or not. When we were considering the value of acceleration for this triangle, again, it was 2 meter per second square. When we consider it for this value, again, it was 2 meter per second, right? When I'm interested for in between 0 to 60 meter, what is the value of acceleration when the velocity changes from 0 value to 60 meter? So I will consider this part or not. What is the value of acceleration when the velocity changes from 0 to 60? I will consider this part and I'll create a right angle triangle, and then I will find out the ratio of this upon this. 60 upon 30 again comes out to be 2. That simply provides us the information that this straight line is nothing. Every point that lies onto this straight line, right, with an equal amount of time will always provide the value of uniform acceleration. Is it clear to everybody? अच्छा, ऐसा भी पॉसिबल है बेटा, दिस एवरी पॉसिबिलिटी कि भाई एक्सेलरेशन कुछ इस तरीके का हो, यानी कि दिस इज रिगार्ड टू बी व्हाट, नॉन यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन. If acceleration is considered to be like this or like this, then in that case it is impossible to find out the value of acceleration, right? It is impossible. मैं एक आपको केस लेके दिखाता हूँ. Suppose this is non-uniform acceleration. Now in between 30 to 50, the value of acceleration is keep on changing at every instant of time. The value of acceleration is not same. हर सेकंड में एक्सेलरेशन की वैल्यू क्या है, अलग है. The value of acceleration in every second is keep on changing. It is impossible to find out. It is impossible to find out the value of acceleration for a given time span using the concept of slope in this case by considering a right angle triangle. नहीं निकाल सकते उस केस में. So whenever we will be dealing with the non-uniform acceleration, then we will not be able to find out the normal acceleration. We will be able to find out instantaneous acceleration. कौन सा acceleration बोला है मैंने? Instantaneous. बेटा ये word ये है यहाँ पर. You will be able to find out the value of instantaneous. Instantaneous acceleration. And you will study about instantaneous acceleration right in your 11th class. है? अभी क्लास चल रही है, अभी बंद करो, अभी क्लास के बीच में मत डिस्टर्ब किया करो. क्या इतनी बात क्लियर हुई? इंस्टेंटेनियस एक्सेलरेशन क्या हो गई बेटा? इंस्टेंटेनियस एक्सेलरेशन इज द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन दैट वुड बी रिलेटेड टू द नॉन यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन. वो किससे रिलेटेड होगा? नॉन यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन से. एनी डाउट टू इट? क्या ये क्लियर है आपको? और ये इंस्टेंटेनियस एक्सेलरेशन आप ना तो 10th में पढ़ेंगे ना 9th में पढ़ेंगे. यू विल स्टडी अबाउट द सेम इन योर 11th क्लास इफ यू ऑप्ट फॉर द साइंस. आई होप इतना क्लियर. चलें आगे. तो लिखो इसके बारे में. इन वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ, note it down. In velocity time graph, which but what is the use? The movie is about to over. What's the time? No, this is not acceptable. Please better. I'll talk to you later on. So in velocity time graph, acceleration in velocity time graph, acceleration of a moving body can be estimated in a velocity time graph. Acceleration of a moving body can be estimated by finding out the slope of the line, can be estimated by finding out the slope of the line under consideration. Slope of the line under consideration. बेटा क्लियर है? सो एनी डाउट टू इट? समझ में आ गया ना? चलें आगे. So as far as the acceleration is concerned, the examiner will ask you the acceleration graphically only for uniform acceleration, right? So the next case is, just hold for a moment, beta. Question लिखो, how to find out. एक मिनट गोविंद को भेजना है जल्दी. How to find out. Are you listening बेटा? सभी मेरी क्लास सुनाई दे रही है ना आप सबको? अन्वेषणा, आराधना, are you here in the class? देखना बच्चे है, एक मिनट जरा, शायद बटन आप देखना एक मिनट हट गया नहीं ये, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग. बच्चे है क्लास, जस्ट चेक इट आउट. मीट क्लोज कर दी. जस्ट बेटा एक मिनट रुकेंगे आप. आ गए ना बच्चे? यस. बेटा अब तक सब क्लियर है ना? अन्वेषणा, आराधना, इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीबॉडी?
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Now how to find out? Question लिखो, how to find out the distance or displacement graphically? How to find out distance or displacement graphically? Tab close हो ना. Distance displacement graphically. Now let's consider a graph where x-axis represents the time in seconds and y-axis represents the velocity in meter per second. Let it, this is 5 seconds, this is 10 seconds, this is 15 seconds, this is 20, this is 25, right? And let this value is 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 30 meter per second. अयान सॉरी टू से क्या समझ आएगा बेटा? अभी हम लास्ट स्टेज पर है, राइट? तो जितनी कोशिश करो समझ आ सकता है तो ठीक है. इज इट क्लियर? लेट्स कंसीडर एन ऑब्जेक्ट right from its motion, right from the beginning of its motion, the initial speed of the object is 30 meter per second. So where should be the coordinate? Let us consider an object is moving. ध्यान से सुनो. Let us consider object moving with initial speed 30 meter per second, subjected to uniform acceleration. तो coordinate कहाँ आना चाहिए? Where should be the value of coordinate? 0, 30. This point or not? Please tell me right. मैंने क्या कहा? Let us consider a moving object, right, with initial speed 30 meter per second right from the start, right from the beginning. शुरू से स्पीड कितनी है उसकी, right? So in a time gap of 20 seconds, the speed remains b. After 5 seconds, the speed remains b 30. After 10, remains b 30, 20. So what I am seeing, with the passage of time, is there any change in the value of velocity? समय के साथ क्या velocity की value में कोई change आ रहा है? The value of the velocity remains with the same. So what kind of the nature of motion is it? What is the acceleration of this kind of graph? Acceleration is 0. Is she right or wrong? Be confident. Is she right or wrong? मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि let us consider an object starts moving right from the beginning with a speed of 30 meter per second, right from the beginning of its motion, right? And it's keep on moving till 25 seconds. The speed remains be 30. यानी कि in 5 seconds the speed is 30. In 10 seconds again the speed is 30. In 25 seconds the speed is again 30. So Aradhana, what would be the acceleration of this object? Please tell me, beta. What is the value of acceleration? Girisha, what's the value of acceleration? Acceleration is 0. Because with the passage of time, the speed is neither increasing nor decreasing. That means I will get a straight line. Aradhana, are you here in the class or not, beta? I'll get a straight line. Is this line is parallel to the x-axis or not? In velocity time graph, if a line happens to be parallel with the x-axis, what kind of the nature of motion? Either acceleration is 0 or it should be regarded as uniform velocity. The object is moving with what? Uniform velocity. The object is moving with uniform. What is uniform velocity? An object is said to be acquired with uniform velocity, right? If its velocity is neither increasing nor, or uniform velocity is the one whose value, uniform velocity is the one whose value does not change throughout the motion. Whose value does not change throughout the motion is regarded to be uniform velocity. क्या इतनी बात clear है? Please tell me, beta.
Yes, sir, clear.
Great. So this is uniform velocity. The acceleration of that velocity is 0. Right. Now my question is to you. When the initial speed was 30 meter per second, what is the distance or displacement traveled by the moving object when I'm considering a time of 20 seconds from the above graph? First of all, tell me what is the formula of displacement or distance mathematically? Speed is what? Distance upon time. So distance is what? Speed into time. क्या clear है? Now, obviously, we know the speed, we know the time. The distance comes out to be 600 meter or not. ये तो हमने मैथमेटिकली निकाला, कैलकुलेट करके निकाला. Now, how to find out the distance or displacement graphically? तो मैंने क्वेश्चन क्या कहा था कि let's consider an object whose initial speed right from the beginning is 30 meter per second. What is the distance traveled by the moving object in a time of 20 seconds? Right? Find out graphically. क्या बोला मैंने? Find out graphically. आपने जो कॉन्सेप्ट यूज किया है जिसमें आपने लिया स्पीड इनटू टाइम, स्पीड इज 30. दिस इज 30 और नॉट? बोलो. एंड द टाइम इज 20. टाइम इज 20. तो at this 20, can I create a construction of this shot? Can I create a construction of this figure? What kind of figure it is? It is rectangle. What is its length? 30. What is its length? Right. What is its breadth? 20. तो डिस्टेंस इज बेसिकली इक्वल टू व्हाट? लेंथ कितना था? 30. ब्रेड्थ कितना था? 20. तो आई कैन से दैट डिस्टेंस इज नथिंग बट द एरिया. दिस इज O, दिस इज A, दिस इज B, दिस इज C. Distance is equal to what? Area of the curve. Area of the curve. What kind of curve? Rectangle. What kind of curve? Rectangle. And hence distance is equal to area of the curve OA multiplied with OC. So distance is equal to OA value is 20, OC is 30, comes out to be 600 meters. क्या इतना clear है? Please tell me. Aradhana, I'm not listening you for quite some time now. Are you here in the class?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
of course. Are you understanding everything or not? Please tell me. This is the most important part of the entire physics.
Yes, sir.
That's something great. Very nice.
Yes, sir.
Good. Clear है ना सबको? So what exactly I want to say? अयान आज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन था, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन था. This is velocity, meter per second. This was 20, let it be 40, let it be 60. Let it be 10 seconds, this is 20 seconds, this is 30 seconds. Time. Right? So my question is to you, find out the distance graphically, right? When the object right from its beginning of motion acquires a speed of 40 meter per second, right? What is the distance traveled by the body in 30 seconds? In 30 seconds. तो हम क्या करेंगे? हम क्या करेंगे? We will look at the 30 second. We'll look at the 40 and would like to this line and this line would like to create a curve. Would like to create a curve. What kind of curve is available to me? Rectangle, right? So the area of this rectangle is what? 30 into 40. Answer comes out to be right. Clear हो गया? अच्छा, suppose फिगर कुछ ऐसी है. This is velocity. This is time. This is 0. This is 10. This is 20. Let it be 30. This is 5 seconds. This is 10 seconds. This is 15 seconds. This is 20 seconds. This is velocity, meter per second. This is time in second. What kind of nature of motion it represents? It is uniform what? What is uniform acceleration? Excellent answer. Uniform acceleration. Now my question is to you. Let us consider an object starts moving from rest. Starts moving from rest is 0. Velocity is 0. Let us consider object starts moving from rest. Right? Subjected to move with uniform acceleration. Subjected to move with uniform acceleration. What is the distance or displacement covered by it in 20 seconds? In 20 seconds. 20 seconds में उसने कितना distance और displacement? This is 5, 10. This is 20. एक काम करता हूँ, precise value ले लेता हूँ so that you can understand it precisely. This is 5. Let it be 20. This is 10. Let it be 40. This is 15. Let it be 60. This is 20. Let it be 80. 15 पे 60 रहा बेटा. This is 60. And 20 पे let it be 80. Right? तो रफली मैंने एक फिगर आपको दे दी है. आई होप क्लियर हो गया इतना. Let us consider an object starts moving from rest, subjected to move with uniform acceleration. Subjected to move with uniform acceleration. What is the distance or displacement covered by it in 20 seconds? तो हम क्या करेंगे? 20 सेकेंड ना, देखो कैलकुलेशन नहीं है. एक्सीलेंट. जहाँ 20 सेकेंड है वहां से आप स्पीड देखेंगे. 20 पे स्पीड कितनी है? 80. 20 पे स्पीड मैंने 80 लिया ना, राइट? तो 20 से आप इमीडिएटली एक लाइन ड्रॉ करेंगे. नाउ व्हाट काइंड ऑफ फिगर इज अवेलेबल? ट्रायंगल. राइट? इन दिस ट्रायंगल, अगर इसे P कह दूं, मैं इसे Q कह दूं, एरिया ऑफ द ट्राइंगल OPQ is half into base into height PQ. What is OP? OP is 20. What is PQ? PQ is equal to 80. It comes out to be, तो यहां हमने आंसर कैसे निकाला? एरिया अंडर द कर्व. दिस इज एरिया अंडर द कर्व. और कौन सा कर्व है ये? ट्राइंगल. राइट. प्लीज टेल मी एनीबॉडी हु इज हैविंग डाउट इन इट. सबको समझ आ गया या नहीं?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Now another case. This is velocity in meter per second. This is time in second. First of all, explain me the nature of this graph. Who will convert this graph in the form of its explanation, corresponding explanation? इस ग्राफ को एक्सप्लेन करो. Who is confident of explaining this graph? मैं कहता हूँ 10 speed is considered to be 50, 0. So this value is 75. Right? So this value is 150. Right? Something of that sort. मान लिया in 40, let us consider in 50 second the speed is 250. In 50 second the speed is 250, for example. But my first question is explain this graph. Anyone? Think your level best. I need the explanation of the graph. Listen it sincerely now. Let us consider an object moving with initial speed 100. Moving with initial speed 100. Subjected to move with uniform acceleration. Subjected to move with uniform acceleration. Attains a speed of 250. Attains a speed of 250 meter per second in a time span of 50 seconds. समझ में आ गया? So this 250 becomes what? Final speed. 250 becomes what? Final speed. समझ आया what I said? Let us consider a moving object moving with initial speed 100 meter per second. है या नहीं? When the time was zero, speed was not zero. Speed is what? Speed is, यानी कि u is what? 100 meter per second. When t was zero, speed was 100 meter per second. Is it clear? So let us consider an object moving with initial speed 100 meter per second, subjected to move with uniform acceleration, attains a speed of 250 in a time span of 50. Right? Then what is the acceleration? What is the acceleration? That is what we need to find out. और इसका acceleration कैसे निकालेंगे ये मैं आपको अगली क्लास में बताऊंगा. क्लियर हो गया? आपको पहले इस ग्राफ का मतलब समझ में आ गया? Anybody who is having the doubt?
No, sir.
Please, everybody, give me the response. Have you understood it or not? This is very, very important discussion going on right now. भाई सबको समझ आ रहा है?
Understood, sir.
Great. Anveshna?
Yes, sir.
Great. So I think everything is clear to you. Now your objective is to revise the entire concept all over again. And revision, this is an entirely rough task, isn't it? So you need to inculcate the entire rough discussion in the form of a short sentences as a conceptual detail. And apart from that, I had provided, so have I provided you the motion chapter, comprehensive conceptual detail? Yes, of course I provided you. देखो मैंने आपको एक शीट प्रोवाइड की है, एक पीडीएफ प्रोवाइड किया है. That PDF consists of comprehensive conceptual detail of whatever I'm discussing right now. तो आज की क्लास में डिस्कस क्या हुआ? We have discussed what in the today's session? We discussed about the uniform motion, non-uniform motion graphically, and how we can estimate the object at rest. And in all the three cases, we have used distance, time graph, or displacement, time graph. Then we understood the meaning of uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration by considering velocity time graph. And how can it be possible for us to find out acceleration graphically? Acceleration of a moving object can be estimated graphically by finding out the slope of the line under consideration, which in turn is equal to the right angle triangle, the conversion of that line in the form of a right angle triangle, a part of the right angle triangle, and is always be equal to the slope. Slope is the ratio of perpendicular upon base. And then how to find out the distance. तो distance के लिए लिखो finally. एक sentence finally लिखो, the distance of a moving object. ये final sentence है आज का. Distance of a moving object can be estimated. The distance of a moving object can be estimated. Distance of a moving object can be estimated by finding out the area under the curve, by finding out the area under the curve, right? So with this, we are at the end of this session. I hope everybody is clear with the conceptual detail, right? So good night to all of you. Just revise the entire content all over again. Just जो भी बोला है मैंने उसे revise करना, right? It's rather you will find all sorts of numerical, graphical numericals, and that today's class is the conceptual explanation behind the same. बाय बेटा, अगली क्लास में मिलते हैं.